Hi, this is the Minilou tutorial on how to put together our design your own dollhouse box kit. So you received a box kit, probably something like this, and inside of it you should have received a chipboard piece with the dollhouse, a second piece that has the roof and all of the inside pieces, and a couple of fabulous sticker pieces that you get to design your dollhouse with. So we're going to start by putting together the dollhouse because it can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're working with little ones. So we're going to first take out the large main dollhouse piece, and it comes out really easily, okay, like this. And then you're just going to punch out all of these little holes, just like that. I'm just gonna move mine out of the way. They should punch out fairly easy, but if for some reason they're not, you can take an X-Acto knife and just put those into these and they should come out. You can see I'm popping them out pretty fast. Okay, so once you've popped all of those out, you can grab your other pieces. On this main piece, these are your side pieces. We're not going to put those on quite yet. And then you can take out your little family if you want. I'm going to just put those two pieces to the side. And then the roof pieces we're not going to need until the very end, but I'm going to go ahead and pop them out and place them over here. What you're going to start with are these pieces. So what you're going to do is I'm going to flip this over backward so that it's on the chipboard side. I'm going to pop out, this is going to be the main piece in the center, and you can see that it has these two long pieces right here, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop that in the center. This is probably the hardest piece to put in because it's meant to be really tight. If you are not going to use stickers, like you want it to pull apart, you can just leave it there. But we actually recommend that you either hot glue it down as you're building it, or you use tape or something of the like. I'm using these little round sticker pieces that you can find at your office supply store, and these work out great. I'm just going to put a couple on here to hold it into place, just like that. That's just going to make it more sturdy when I'm actually designing the dollhouse. I'm not putting a ton on here because if I have to move things around or I want to tear it apart, I can easily do that. Okay, so once you have that center piece in, then we're going to put on the base, which is this bottom piece H right here. Go ahead and pop out the little pieces in the center of that. And then you're going to put it at the bottom. You can have the white up or you can have it down. It doesn't matter. Because your child is going to design stickers on it anyway. So I'm pushing that into place, and just to make sure that it really stays in place, I'm going to drop one of these little stickers right in here. And just so you know, the stickers and adhesive, they do not come in the kit. You have to purchase that separately. And I'm going to, just because I want to make sure it's really down, I'm just going to stick one right down at the bottom there. Okay? So base on, maybe just for safekeeping, I'm going to stick one right here at the bottom. You can see I've just put one right here, and then maybe one on this side too. I get a little crazier about the base because I want to make sure it stays on. Okay, so for these pieces, these are your ceiling and floor pieces. Because you're going to be designing I'm going to make these the ceiling pieces. So I'm just going to drop it down like this right on top and leave the floor empty. And these should go on pretty easy and pretty quick. Okay, and they'll be really tight in. Okay, same deal with this one. And you can put stickers on this one once again to keep it in place. You can see that that one slid in really fast. I'm just going to drop a couple at the top. The middle one tends to stay in place just simply because it is because it's, you know, bound by all these other pieces. So if you really want it nice and tight, you can stick one on that middle piece. I'm going to just drop one in there. Okay, so there's your middle base, and if you've put enough stickers or hot glue or whatever, it'll really stay there. Okay, so let's put on the side pieces now. So once again, we're going to pop out these little in-between pieces. Okay, drop those out of the way. And then we're going to drop this on the side and just pop it at the bottom like this, and then push it up and move all of these little pieces into their places. And this is where I like these little circle dots a lot, because I just throw one on the outside here. And it actually keeps it pretty well in place, but I'm going to drop a couple more on just to make sure that we're totally good. And you can do it on the inside if you don't want any to be on the outside, but you can see it stays in place, you don't really see it, and it looks pretty good. And then I'm going to pop the other side out. And once again, pop it into place like on the side here, and then pull it up and get all of those little nooks together. All right, and then drop a couple more of these stickers on it if you really want it held in place. Okay, so you have your base done. You can see it's pretty well together. You could, of course, always drop in more of those stickers if you really want it held in place really tight. Last piece is getting on the roof. So, just gonna grab a few more of these here. Let's pop out all the pieces in the roof. This is a wider piece because it'll allow for a little more flexibility. So these take a little bit more effort to pop out. And then we're just going to turn it around so that this piece is down at the bottom, and we're going to drop it first into this main area and then pop the rest of these right into place like that. So you can, and I'm just going to drop a couple of these, not on this because that's not really going to help me very much. But if I drop it in right over this, it holds pretty nicely. And then I like putting a couple also underneath. So I'll turn it upside down and drop a couple underneath. Now this is, of course, all depending on whether you really want it to stay together for the actual building the sticker area. If you really want it to pop apart, you can do that. You can design this whole thing without ever even putting it together first. Put one right in there, because that'll keep that roof nice and tight on. Okay, other side. This one's even easier because it's the last piece. You're just going to drop it. You can see how perfectly that fits in right there. And then we're going to bring it up and have it drop down into the wall and the top piece like that. So technically I could leave it like that, but I'm going to drop a couple of these stickers on so I can show you the stickers that come in the actual package. Okay, so house done on the inside. It looks like I maybe could drop a couple of stickers right here on the edges. So I'm going to do that really quick. This tends to bow just a little bit just because when you've got all of that, these notches so tight, it kind of bends the chipboard. Okay, look at that. So your house is put together. It's super sweet. And now you have stickers. Okay, so this is the fun part, I think, for kids. You have a lot of different stickers. These actually, it looks like one long piece, but it's not. So if you pulled this off, you could see this is a side piece. This middle piece is a back wall piece, and then this is another side piece. And then these are all the floorings. So if I were to lay this in, I would just drop it in like this and then push it up against the side, just like that. And then if your kids want to mix and match your walls, you can have different colored walls, little crazy different back and different front. I'm going to make mine all the same for this one. And then I'm going to drop this in the back. And this is where I was talking about you could technically build the whole thing without putting it together first. See how I just dropped it in and then now I'm pushing it down. And then I'm going to drop a floor on it. And I'm doing it, I'm just going to put it in that way. And then like that. Okay? And then there are lots of teeny tiny little fantastic pieces for you to add to it. You could make this a kitchen or a living room. If we made this a living room, maybe we would drop this sofa on the back, just like that. And maybe we would add a lamp to it. And your little hands are going to do better than my larger hands. So that's why it's so fun for little kids to put it together. And then you could drop maybe a fun little picture on the back. And we'll drop that right there. And then you can decorate the sides, decorate all the other pieces. And then when you're all done putting it together, then you have all of these fun little characters to play with. You just notch them together like this and they should stand up and let you play with them. And they can play in the house. So that's how you put together our Design Your Own Dollhouse box kit.